Hey everyone, my name is Michael Rosialva, your reporter for today from BSed English 3A. My report is about the environmental approach to language learning. So how does the environment influence language learning? The environmentalist approach to language learning. This idea was rooted into two parallel ideas, which is the linguistic and the psychology. So first up is Leonard Bloomfield, an American linguist who led the development of structural linguistics in the United States during the 1930s and the 1940s. It is also strongly influential in the 1940s and in the 1950s. This approach arose from the attempts to analyze Indian languages, in which he also argued that the linguistics needs to be more objective if it is to become a real scientific discipline. He believed that the main target of linguistics inquiry should be observable phenomena rather than abstract cognitive processes, many of which had no written system, and therefore the only data available was the oral form of the language. Up next is Burrhus Frederick Skinner, an American psychologist, behaviorist, author, inventor, and social philosopher. He was a professor of psychology at Harvard University from 1958 until his retirement at 1974. In psychology, the behaviorist school dominated thinking in the field during the same time period. To the behaviorist, a behavior happened in associative stimulus response chains, and all learning was seen as associative learning or habit formation, which became stronger with reinforcement. Therefore, the occurrence of behavior was dependent upon three crucial elements in which learning: a stimulus which elicited the behavior, a response which was triggered by the stimulus, and reinforcement, which marked the response as being appropriate or inappropriate and encouraged repetition or suppression of the response. His theory, behaviorism, was very influential during the 1940s and the 1950s. His theory, which is the operant conditioning. The operant conditioning is a method of learning that employs rewards and punishments for behavior. According to this principle, behavior that is followed by a pleasant consequences is likely to be repeated, and behavior followed by unpleasant consequences is less likely to be repeated. Skinner has introduced a new term into the law of effect of reinforcement. Second language learning theories was introduced by Rosamund Mitchell, a professor of applied linguistics at the University of Southampton, United Kingdom, along with Flores Miles is a professor of second language acquisition at the University of Essex, United Kingdom. The theory is important because as early as the 1980s, it was influencing of all research into how a second language is acquired. According to the theory, one does not need to use grammatical rules of the target language extensively in order to learn it. First, it was believed that the learning took place by imitating and practicing the same structures time after time. Second, the teachers should make it explicitly clear what was to be taught and focus mainly on the structures that were presumably more difficult. Thank you for listening. That is all for my report. I'm Michael Roselva from BSN English 3A. Thank you.